Hello. On my walk. Look at these new shorts I got. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like them. They don't really quite match with this shirt that I'm wearing, but close enough. Hello. I'm on my walk, as you can tell. I'm in an interesting state of mind. I feel like I have 500 topics that I could make an episode on right now, and I don't even know which one I'm gonna do this one on yet. I just hit record. I thought I'd figure it out. They all kind of maybe surround similarly, but I'm going between the topic of the human condition in general, in its broadest sense, / my interpretation of it, or the past year of growth that I've had, and the time escaping in that sense. And I'm leaning towards the second one because it's really on my mind right now. It feels very prevalent because at my college that I graduated from, it is graduation again this upcoming weekend. And that means I graduated a year ago. Technically, on like the calendar year, I graduated a year ago, like as of 3 or 4 days, 5 days ago. Oh my gosh. So that's wild. But it's naturally put me in a state of just thinking about where I've come, or where I am, and how far I've come, or not how far I've come. And I'm not trying to do this in a work sense, career sense. To be honest, I don't really want to. Even though that is a little bit on my mind right now. Just like what I'm up to and stuff. Look at the moon up there. What I really want this episode to be about is more so my personal growth, what I've been learning, what I have learned, what I've been through, what it's taught me. Because damn, it's been a long year, but also it's insane that it's been a year and I can't believe it. The reason this is all like being brought up is because I have like roommates that are still in school and are graduating this weekend. And even just today, or they're housemates, not roommates, but even just today, I went to some of their they have like a senior thesis portfolio presentation thing. This dog's about to start barking at me when he sees me. There it is. Told you. Yeah, there's like a portfolio presentation thing that I attended today where some of the graduating seniors just talk about their experience at school and whatever, and reflect on the 4 years that they've had, or 3 years or whatever. And so that has naturally put me in a state of reflecting myself because, I don't know, it's been a year. That was me last year. Like last year, a week ago, I did that same presentation and it was really important to me. And it's interesting to see how far I've come. See not only what I've done, like physically, but just like the person I'm becoming. Because I don't feel like anything ever stops happening. What do I mean by that? I mean, growth is constant. And I mean that growth, like, ideally, we are ever growing people. evergreen people. Whoa. We are evergreens, meaning we never stop being green, never stop growing. Green, maybe that's a cool metaphor because evergreen, they're always green, duh. And green in the sense of like new to something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm green, like I'm new. I don't know, I'm just trying to make a metaphor out of my ass that I wasn't planning on, but yeah, I'm just in a very reflective state, and I thought I would jump on here, say some thoughts. And quick update, I am still not feeling very many emotions. I've been really pushing myself to try, just have to scratch my knee really quick. I've been really pushing myself to try to feel emotions. Trying to like lock in. I've felt more present for sure over the last few days. Less work to do, which means I really get to like spend my time well. Still like lots of work, but like I've been doing lots of work, but in my off time, I just let it be off time, and I kind of just embrace it. So that's good. So update from the last video. Still haven't processed my grandma's death. But I do miss my parents and so badly want to hug my dad right now. And I think there's emotions behind that. And I do think I may have been a little bit dramatic in that video. Like, I do feel emotions from time to time. I've stepped on here with anger, but like, I think really what I meant in that last video is the anxiety that I was talking about overruled most of my emotions / have not let me feel myself. But anyways, that's just my update. To go back onto this topic, what a year it's been. A lot of ups and downs. Keep falling off the wagon, but never hit the ground. Or should I say the bottom? That's a place I'll never go. Well, these squirrels are going crazy. That's cute. They're chasing each other. Maybe it's not cute. Maybe they're trying to kill each other. But I was singing a Injury Reserve song called "What a Year It's Been." One of my favorites from them they've ever made. Okay. Where do I even begin? Okay. I actually literally I almost want to treat this as a presentation because I watched all those presentations earlier, and it's just been on my mind. Just like wrapping something up in a brief little this is what I've done. But like with some hard truths there too. Maybe I think that's what I'm gonna treat this as. Not in a very formal way, obviously. Gosh, okay. A year ago today, I was fresh out of school. I lived in a sublet and was really tripping about life. But it's May, and May for me was defined by really long walks, which later becomes such a habit that I just basically have adopted into my daily routine. But I started on going on 5 to 10 mile walks every day, sometimes even twice a day. That was just my thing to do because I really didn't have much to do. Got a honeysuckle. I might. yeah, so it was May. I was walking, and I was fresh out of school, existential as fuck, waiting for my trip that I knew was like going to take up a lot of my summer. So I couldn't really get a job, couldn't really do much. I was just kind of hanging out in this small town, in this sublet with a bunch of people I didn't know, some of which I knew, but I don't know. A lot of them were gone a lot. Like, it's just a weird month. I think that is when I started to learn what it meant to be on my own, because that was when the thing that defined me for the last 3 years was taken out of my hands. School. Or honestly, it kind of defined me for like 17 years, because, I've always been in school. And then May happened and boom, no more school. The thing that once defined my life, gone. The thing that defined my life literally a week prior, gone. I just have to figure out, what am I living for? What am I doing here? And it was extra hard because I was living in California, here in this small town, and away from my family, not many friends around, nothing to do. And I learned, in the worst way possible, is how lonely it can get, but also how to start like living for yourself. This camera movement is crazy, sorry. How to start living for yourself is what I've started learning that year. The two ducks are flying around again. That's sweet. But yeah, that's what happened in May. June, big month. I traveled. I drove up to Washington with my then girlfriend. So drove about 2,000 miles. Saw my family again. That was great. And then went traveling overseas. And man, I couldn't even begin to describe what that has taught me. For one, it just showed me like how much I love the world, how much I love this earth, and how much I want to explore it. And look at these ducks. How much exploration and adventure takes me back to it fuels something in me, / lets me see a part of myself that I don't see often. And I just love that. And also something I learned there was solo traveling specifically was something I loved. I don't know, I feel like I really learned that I want to do a lot of stuff alone. That was kind of the beginning of that. My independence, growing in my independence, is definitely one of my biggest things in the last year since I've graduated. And man, has like solo traveling taught me that, like, not only can I figure things out by myself, but I like to do that. I like to be in places alone and be on my own accord and figure things out, but I also love my time with people. I never want to be truly alone. Solo traveling was pretty lonely at times. It also burnt me out at one point. So I learned that it was a toss-up between loving it and not being able to do it forever. then after that, let's just continuously skip. The fall taught me a lot, maybe the most. No, not the most. The fall taught me, that was when I go back to that self-reliance thing, taught me how to, fight for myself, how to, I don't know, I was not doing well in the fall, but I fought hard. I got a job, which was huge, and I still really like it, which is huge. And, I started building. Building is kind of what I might define most of this as. Building blocks of who I'm trying to be. Because I'm honest, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the middle of the build. It's not over. But, yeah, the fall was interesting, for sure. Definitely pretty bad. Super anxiety ridden, super scary. I didn't know what I was doing. Was back in California. Was had lots of friends around and stuff, but had nothing to define myself by except for what I was creating at the time, which I'm actually really proud of. But I don't know. That was rough. That was when also the independence thing was brought back up, because I was in a relationship and the relationship became less and less independent based, which is natural and fine, I would think. But for me at the time, the speed in which it got there made me uncomfortable. I didn't feel like myself. I was almost I was not taught, sorry. I was trying to convince myself that I wanted things, even if I didn't know I wanted them, because, hey, who knows? What if I do want them someday? But I don't. I didn't at the time, at least. I'm still of the opinion that I might change my mind someday, but I'm still of the opinion of where I was, is I didn't want certain things. And that was foolish of me. I learned that lesson to know before you start something. Definitely learned that. But also learned that there wasn't anything wrong with the stage that I was in acceptance of that. Because, holy crap, I thought I was the worst person in the world for having the idea that, or not having a solid idea of what I wanted. I learned after the relationship that, and kind of at the end of it in general, that it's okay to not know things. It's actually perfectly natural, and most people deal with it. And I shouldn't beat myself up over that, because it's actually a beautiful thing to learn along the way that what matters most in my life is myself. And I shouldn't discount myself if I truly think that I'm not ready for something. And there's just not a reason to say that I'm a horrible person for not being ready for something. So everyone's on their own journey, on their own run, on their own marathon. Life is a marathon. And damn, I'm a slow runner, but that's fine. Everybody finishes the marathon. So, yeah, that was the fall. A tough winter for sure, dealing with the repercussions of that. winter, I learned that I need to give myself a break, because holy crap, I was destroying myself. And I also learned that I began to learn that like so much fulfillment can be had in other ways. That's something I learned in that time in winter. Fulfillment through friendships, through creation, through walking, through working out, through working on yourself. That's when I really started building. Sorry, I'm itchy today. I started building. I remember I said a few minutes ago, there was some building blocks being formed throughout the last year. But dang, was winter when I think I ran out of anything to do but build. All the bricks were taken away. There was just that flat Lego piece, the flat green one, and I had no other choice but to build. But at that time, I noticed that I was excited to build for the first time in years. I mean, in the first time in I'm dead serious, 5 years. I have not had that drive to build in the way that I did in 5 years. I took a huge step back. I describe this to a lot of people as this stage being when I felt my frontal lobe developing. I don't know if that's truly what was happening. I think maybe it was just a whole lot of other factors, but I felt like my frontal lobe was developing. I felt like I was growing and learning so much about myself, and I was building. And dang, I'm still building, but that's fine. The rest of my life, I'm going to be building, and there will be seasons that, who knows, of the seasons to come. There will be seasons that someone comes and takes a look at the tower that I've been building and freaking takes a baseball bat and rams it into it and it all falls apart. But I believe that it can be built up again, and with a stronger foundation each time, new techniques of building. And I know not to put myself into situations in which I'm going to get that baseball bat thrown at me. I'm not gonna do that to myself, because I value myself and I want to be the best version of myself for the first time ever. So yeah, that's me. Since the beginning of this building, I have just continuously been putting on brick by brick each day. Whether it's been working out or going on my walk, challenging myself through work. I have had days, weeks that I've had the most work ever. And I'm just proud of myself to have gotten through that. Yeah. Just I don't know. I feel like I'm in an okay spot. I dressed before, and I continuously scared of how my mental health is doing right now, but that's something I'm approaching as we speak, working on as we speak, thinking about ways to fix and not fix. I don't want to look at this as a fix. I want to look at it as another building block. It might be like a new branch off the building or something. It goes left, it goes right, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep working on myself. And I don't know, even just to like put into scope. So to pivot now, I think because I've kind of gotten up to where I am today. I think it is cool to, think through the things that I've accomplished too, like real needs or real physical things that I can like showcase for my year, because there's quite a bit of them. Okay, to begin, spent all of last summer filming stuff to be made into my trilogy that I made. I made a trilogy of films. All of them are different in genre, they're all very different in length. Two documentaries. Ow, fuck, I just hit my knee so hard with my water bottle. 2 documentaries and 1 short poetic video. Oh my gosh, I just zoned out. That's crazy. Made 3 documentaries. Very proud of that. I feel like in those I really developed my style. Continuously worked on my thesis, marginalia, and am continuously working on it now. It's getting to a place where it's nearly done. I'm actually confident in saying that because there's just 1 step left and I have a scheduled date to get it done. So that's huge. But yeah, that's one other thing that's been prevailing. I made a music video. I directed again for the first time in like a year. Directed a music video. So that was a good experience. Excited to show the world that. Okay. There's people that I think I like have to recognize some of them. Okay. Anyways, I feel like I've done a lot. That about encapsulates it. I mean, I've worked on, I like edited a huge narrative film. I did a lot of other random editing stuff for freelance. Like, I'm working pretty much full-time hours now between my job and freelance, so that's cool. That was like the goal. There's a butterfly up there. See it? Monarch. Okay. Yeah, that's been my year. I mean, I didn't even begin to get into everything. But what a year's been, you know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe it would be good to look forward, because the next year is even gonna be crazy too. Like, who even knows what it's gonna look like? Yeah, the next year, maybe it would be good to set some goals. Nah, I've already got goals to work on. Well, here's the things that I know I want off the top of my head. I want to premiere my thesis film in a theater, do a real premiere, like showcase my work, have people come out, have it done, and submit it to festivals. Because I've just been wanting to do that. I want a festival run. Something else I want to hit my goal weight. It's a little bit personal, but yeah, I've been like losing some pounds here and there, so I'm getting there. Definitely been getting closer. I think in the broad terms, I'm like 75% there or something, which is crazy. And then from there, fitness-wise, health-wise, I want to continually work on other things. I want to, what do I want to do? I want to get stronger. I have not been the strongest. I've been getting more strong, but like slowly, because that's what happens when you lose weight, is you lose muscle mass too. So I want to regain muscle mass. I want to be able to eat again. I eat a lot, but I want to be able to eat a little bit more than what I'm doing. I've been restricting. Look at this beautiful sunset. So I want to be able to restrict a little bit less and just enjoy more. Well, I've been enjoying stuff. I've been doing really well at it, letting myself enjoy things. But yeah. Anyways, something else I want. Just want to I don't know. It's gonna be summer. It's about to be summer. It basically feels like summer. I'm in walking shorts and t-shirt right now, and it was like 88 degrees today. That's crazy. What do I want to do? I want to go outside. I want to spend some time, pretty much every weekend if possible, just like getting out. Like go for a drive, see something beautiful. We'll go for a hike, go for a long walk, go for a swim. Oh my God, I want to get in bodies of water. Body of water summer. Bodies of water summer, That's a goal. It's a really good goal, I think. And I want to direct something again. I don't know who I want to make it with yet. But I want to just do something with my friends. I want to make something with my friends. I also want to be a good supporter of my friends too. That's a goal that I have. Really be able to invest in my friendships that I have, and have really good quality time with people. Do not neglect the importance of, a coffee date. Not like date, but like coffee hangout or a walk. I want to do a lot of those two things. Go for walks and go for coffee with everyone I love, because I just love people and I just don't want to lose them in my life. Something else. What else do I want to do? trying to think. Let me walk for a second and think. Oh, this has been something. This is a larger creative project that I've been working on, my feature film. I want to begin setting aside 45 minutes or so each week, minimum, and just like brainstorming like crazy and begin to like place, onto like a broader, onto a bigger page, what it will look like. Because I have been having more ideas again recently, which is great, which means my brain has been freed up to actually have creative thoughts. I just want to enact with those. I want to write them all down and make it make sense. Because right now it's just a bunch of lists, but I want it to just make sense. So that's a goal. Creative goal. I think that one should be easy to implement. Oh, I just thought of another goal. I want to learn an instrument. I don't know if it's this summer. Hopefully it's this summer, because that would be amazing if I can learn it or like really start to learn it this summer. But yeah, I want to learn guitar / kalimba maybe, but hopefully guitar. So that's a goal. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for listening, maybe. But yeah, I'll say the thing I always say. If you're having a hard day, the sun will set and the sun will rise, and tomorrow it will be a new day with new opportunity, new inspiration, new creativity, new goals to set, and new goals to achieve, and new growth to happen. So, no matter how dark it is, that sun will set again, and then the sun will rise. Thank you for watching. Bye.